Hello, everyone. I'm Aynur from Kazakhstan. I belong to two Toastmaster clubs, District 108 and District 16. Odyssey ambassador for District 108. Odyssey is the key for mentoring and networking pair, which is free platform for Toastmaster official members. Let's invite today's guest from Australia. She's a Toastmaster who awarded Co-Area Director of the Year, Division Director of the Year, and Division Club Leader of the Year. Profession is Senior Consultant, Customer Advocate. Member of Find Your Funny Advanced Online, Florida, USA. And the member President VPPM and VPPR of the Eastwood Toastmaster Clubs Online, Sydney, Australia. District 19, DTM Melanie Cheong. Nice to have you among us. Welcome, DTM Melanie.
Thank you for having me here today.
Okay, let's start our questions. How long have you been in Toastmasters? Your story, your journey.
I've been a member of Toastmasters for 15 years, but the journey starts longer than 15 years ago. When I was new in starting to work, then my colleague invited me to visit his club. And he kept inviting the team, come visit my club, come visit my club. Like a good club member does, they go and find other members to come and visit their clubs. So eventually I decided I will visit his club because his club met in our workplace. It was part of our work environment, and they met in the evening straight after work. So one night I did stay behind and I went to his club, and it was a good meeting, but I also thought it's too much for me. I'm not going to be able to do any speeches, too much work, so I'm not going to join at this time. Although now I do wish I had joined at that time because it would have had a big impact on my development if I started younger than when I started 15 years ago. So 15 years ago, I moved from South Africa to Australia, and I was looking for a job and also connecting into the professional bodies, the networking, meeting the community. And when I was looking at all of the events by the networking bodies, then I discovered, oh, Computer Society, Project Management Institute, they have Toastmasters clubs. And I know what a Toastmasters club is because I've been to Sean's club long, long time ago. Maybe I should go again and see what it's like because the other networking events all cost money, but the Toastmasters is free to visit. So I went along to visit that, and then I also visited some clubs close to where I live and also some other clubs in the area. And then I eventually decided to join one because I thought it would be really good for my self-development and to also help me to connect with the community and also get better at doing job interviews and finding a job and connecting to more people.
Thank you. Very exciting adventure in your life. So it's pleasure to know about your history, changing the continents, even not only countries. Okay, Melanie, I noticed that you use a lot of humor in your speeches and even in your serious roles. How you manage to keep the humor in serious leadership roles?
So, first of all, I'd like to say that my speeches and roles are not all funny. But I think we can learn to add humor into anything. So when we're trying to be inspiring or we're trying to be persuasive or trying to be informative, if you add a little bit of humor, it makes it even more engaging and people really want to listen to it. So I really wanted to learn the skill so that I could get better at it. And then you get better by practicing. And as a leader, and even in life in general, there are lots and lots of serious things to deal with. So what I did is I went and found a club where I don't have to be so serious. And then I also get to practice and get feedback on my humor as well.
Okay, thank you. After you, I want to visit funny Toastmasters in Florida. Probably you might invite me.
Yes.
Thank you. Please tell me your hobbies and interests.
So I think that my biggest hobby is around learning because I think learning is a lot of fun. I like to learn new things and practice them and teach other people the new things that I've learned. The other thing I like is travel. But as you know, when pandemic came, then none of us could travel. And I ended up doing something similar to our past international president, Richard Peck. And then I ended up visiting 140 countries with Toastmasters through Toastmasters clubs and then 400 clubs around the world. And I also like design. So things like Canva. I had fun designing the virtual background for our club centennial meeting, which you came and visited us at Eastwood Toastmasters, and past international president Dilip Abhisekera was our guest speaker. So I've designed that, and then I designed the promotion in advance of the meeting, and then also sharing the outcome and how much fun we had at our meeting. You can see how much fun we had. I've used Canva to design that. So I don't use it's not only design of creative things, which is I find fun, but also even design of strategies, how things will work well together as a committee or even brainstorming new ideas. And then the fourth thing that I wanted to mention is technology. So I really like practical application of technology. So like Basecamp, the new one, I quite like some of the things. And if I know how to use it, then I like showing people how they can use it too, because I think technology can make our lives easier if we know how to use it the right way.
Yeah, thank you for your effective using of the technology. Yes, I like that colorful design on the Centennial Conference. Thank you for making life very colorful and vivid. So, what did you like the most in Odyssey project?
On the Odyssey project, I think the thing that I enjoyed the most was the networking because you get a chance to meet people from all over the world. So I said earlier that I enjoyed the traveling and meeting people. So because of Odyssey, I got matched to people out in different parts of Asia, different parts of Europe, different countries, and even cities in Europe, parts of Australia, even in Sydney as well, and in parts of different states in America. And then you get to hear not only the way they live in their areas, but then also their Toastmasters clubs, what they're learning. And yeah, you get to learn from them as well.
Oh, thank you for sharing. How much do you feel have you grown in communication skills in Odyssey project?
So this is a complicated question because it's not just Odyssey, it's kind of Odyssey in partnership with other things. But I just wanted to mention that the reason I joined Odyssey was because I was looking for a mentor. So my clubs that I was a member of at that time didn't really provide me mentoring. Um, maybe they thought I was too advanced, so they couldn't mentor me, or maybe they were focusing on newer members. So I thought, well, I saw Odyssey, I think it was on Facebook. So I'll give it a try and then see whether I can find a suitable mentor. And eventually, I think after a couple of rounds, because in the beginning I didn't get matched, and then when I got matched, the match didn't work out. But when I did get matched, I got a really good mentor. And the person specialized in humor because you check all your skills off, the ones you're looking for and the ones you have. And then we got matched on that. I wanted to learn humor, and she had the skill of humor. And we met, we were matched for quite a long time, over a year. And she gave me things that I could look at. And then she gave me even homework to try out. But in association with that, I was part of the advanced club and I got to practice some of the things she shared or some of the things that I learned along the way. So it was really important to have a place to practice it, but then also someone that you could say, oh, would this work? What are these other things that I could try? After we got unmatched, then I got matched to a new mentor, and she specialized in podcasts, and that was one of the projects I really wanted to do. So I'd been afraid of doing it, but I'd wanted to do it when when Pathways first launched. And even though I've seen lots of training on it, I just found it was too difficult to do. So I really admire that you're doing this podcast now because it takes a little bit of effort to work out. And she was really able to show me, oh, this is how to do it. And yeah, gave me some tips and techniques to try. So I actually did do a podcast series, my first one ever, and she also gave me some techniques for voice. So for communication skills, I've learned a lot. I've been able to practice it at my different clubs, and then also actually taking up different opportunities. So facilitating leadership training, you get to implement some of the skills that you've learned in Odyssey. Competing in contests, different types, formats, levels. So all of it kind of adds up. So it's not just Odyssey, it's Odyssey with all Toastmasters kind of coming together.
Oh, thank you. Very systematic attitude for your public speaking pathway. Yeah, that's great. What kind of suggestions do you have for improving Odyssey project?
So I think there are two suggestions. So the first one I thought of was that usually when you give feedback on your round, you only have to give feedback on your previous round's match, but you don't need to update number of hours you're going to commit the next month or the time that you are available. So there have been times where I've been matched to, say, a networking person or even a mentee or a mentor, and they're actually not really available or committed to meeting. So I thought that if we could be a bit more clear or bring that section up onto the feedback round as a reminder that you said you will do 6 hours of effort, and these are the times you said you would be available, just as a reminder. Otherwise, people don't really go and update their profiles ever. So that's the first one. And then the second one that I thought of is we have these skills that we can get matched on. So there's a whole long list of really good skills. And if you think about the Pathways projects on mentoring, there's the option of doing like a short, like maybe a one-off thing, like you might need to mentor someone on being, say, Toastmaster or timer or something like that. Then there's like maybe a medium-term thing, like they're working on their contest speech for the 14th of December, and that might be a medium-term thing. And then maybe a long-term thing, like I want to do a high-performance leadership project, and for that, I'm going to organize the district conference. And because there are different kinds of goals, I think you could actually have different types of matches. So there might be an option for a short-term match where a person just needs to learn, how do I be a good evaluator for the next meeting? You want a medium-term match. And I think it also will give the opportunity for people who have longer commitment time to be matched together. And then the people that only have maybe a 1 month available, they will have mentors and mentees because they only need a one-off meeting to help them out. So those are very long suggestions, but I actually think the program is wonderful. It's done so much for so many people. So these are just some minor ideas that might make it even better than what it is already.
Okay, thank you. I'm honored to having you in this podcast. And thank you very much for your dedication to Toastmaster clubs into different districts, serving a long years and being an example and tips. And if you don't mind, I can comment from your icebreaker speech. I'm alien in Toastmasters. So, thank you for being funny and, being attractive with your smile and the colorful PR designs. Thank you very much for your coming and see you soon. Good luck.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for Odyssey program for doing what they do for the rest of the world. And everybody, if you want to come and visit us at Eastwood Toastmasters or find your funny, anytime you're welcome.
Please come to Eastwood Toastmasters, and probably I will visit Funny Advanced Club.